Welcome back to Poorly Educated Today in the News, the only show where major geopolitical realignment, tech wizardry, NFL heartbreak, and spaghetti appreciation all get blended together like a redneck trying to make a smoothie with an outboard motor. Today is January 4th, 2026, and history has gotten tired of jogging and decided to full-on sprint like it's trying to outrun child support. So buckle up, grab a Mountain Dew, and if something starts exploding in the background, just assume it's either U.S. foreign policy or your AI refrigerator deciding you ain't worthy of leftovers anymore. Segment 1. Operation Absolute Resolve. America speedruns a regime change. Well, hot biscuits and bunker busters, the United States decided to solve Venezuela like a redneck solves a wasp nest. Not with caution, but with gasoline and optimism. Operation Absolute Resolve kicked off at 2 a.m. because nothing good ever starts after midnight unless you're at Waffle House or overthrowing somebody. We sent F-22s, F-35s, B-1Bs, Growlers, all the toys we swear we can't afford until we really want to show off. We jammed their power grid, blacked out Caracas, and then Delta Force rolled in like they were picking up a DoorDash order that was already 45 minutes late. And to make it extra spicy, the FBI tagged along so we could legally say, "Nah, man, this ain't a war crime. This is a police arrest." Somewhere in The Hague, a lawyer just threw his wig at the wall. Maduro got scooped up, shipped to Brooklyn, and is now probably praying for extradition to literally anywhere else. Congress is mad, the UN is mad, China's mad, Russia's mad. Look, if there was a FIFA version of international outrage, the US just scored a hat trick. And the wildest part? Oil prices barely moved. Turns out when your petroleum exports have already been duct-taped together for a decade, blowing stuff up doesn't change much. If this becomes the new norm, rednecks everywhere will begin overthrowing backyard possums as a police action, just to justify firing up the leaf blower. Segment 2. New York City elects a mayor who doesn't believe in austerity or misery. While the federal government was out here LARPing as G.I. Joe, New York City swore in Mayor Zohran Mamdani, the first mayor in U.S. history, whose inaugural speech made Wall Street sweat harder than a skinny man on a Black Friday Walmart TV pile. He took the oath on the Quran, held the ceremony in a subway station that looks like Hogwarts for commuters, and declared, "I was elected as a democratic socialist, and I will govern as a democratic socialist." Somewhere, Ronald Reagan's statue just cracked in half like a fortune cookie. Mamdani's big idea is politics of universalism, meaning everybody gets public services whether you're rich, poor, or a guy in Staten Island who still thinks Bitcoin is coming back. He wants transit, housing, childcare, everything, run like it's the Costco of government, big, universal, and with free samples. Progressives are thrilled, conservatives are furious, and rednecks nationwide are confused because the phrase public luxury sounds like a contradiction, like diet gravy or a polite raccoon. Segment 3. The anti-war protests light up the streets like a festival nobody wanted. While planes were buzzing Venezuela, American streets were buzzing with protesters who looked ready to overthrow something, but weren't quite sure what. Anti-war coalitions, Latin American diaspora groups, socialists. This was the Avengers of, "Hey, maybe don't invade anybody today." Signs ranged from "No more coups" to "Latin America isn't yours." And honestly, if everyone yelling had harmonized, they could have dropped the hottest protest mixtape of 2026. Some state lawmakers said Trump launched the operation to distract from domestic issues. which is like accusing a guy of burning down his own house so nobody notices he dented his truck. Rednecks everywhere are torn about this. On one hand, they don't trust foreign wars. On the other, they do love helicopters, explosions, and any time something gets liberated from a dictator. Internal conflict's rough, man. It's like when you love chili, but chili don't love you back. Segment 4. CES 2026. Samsung decides your home should think more than you do. Over in Las Vegas, CES kicked off with Samsung showing up like Oprah on caffeine. You get AI? You get AI? Your blender knows your childhood trauma now? Their new micro RGB displays can hit 100% of BT 2020 color gamut, which basically means the TV can show more colors than a sunset reflected in a puddle of Mountain Dew. They solved the manufacturing issues, so now even a normal 55-inch TV is an LED flex party. But the real star is the AI companion in every room. The fridge scans your food, judges your choices, and probably whispers, "Bless your heart," when you reach for expired bologna. The JetBot vacuum can detect whether something on the floor is mud, dog mess, or the melted hopes of your New Year's resolutions. Rednecks will eventually hack these appliances to do things Samsung never intended. Somebody's fridge is going to start reciting NASCAR stats. Segment 5. Ravens vs. Steelers, the most violent love story in sports. Tonight's big game is the Ravens vs. Steelers, and whoever wins gets into the playoffs while whoever loses gets to sit at home and pretend they didn't cry in the shower. Lamar Jackson's back, Derrick Henry is running like he's fueled by pure spite, and the Steelers' defense looks like they were raised in a barn where hitting things was considered a love language. The rivalry is so physical that even rednecks watching from the couch instinctively yell, "Hit somebody," like they're coaching pee-wee football. Derrick Henry just dropped 216 yards and 4 touchdowns recently, and I swear if he stiff-arms one more person into another dimension, NASA's gonna claim him as unexplained space debris. Meanwhile, Cam Little kicked a 67-yard field goal for the Jaguars, which proves that NFL kickers are beginning to violate physics. Next season, they're gonna hit a 98-yarder from the parking lot. Segment 6. Weather Apocalypse, Spaghetti Appreciation, and Myanmar Tries PR. The West Coast is drowning in an atmospheric river. California got a rare tornado warning, because why not? And king tides are slapping the coastline like Poseidon's having a mood swing. Idaho's getting 2 feet of snow, and rednecks everywhere are staring at the forecast saying, "I don't know what it means, but I'm gonna need chains, beer, and a miracle." Today is also National Spaghetti Day, which means America collectively pretends we're Italian for 24 hours until we mispronounce gnocchi and lose our privileges. And Myanmar released thousands of prisoners in celebration of Independence Day, though critics say it's basically the junta saying, "Look, we're totally chill," while still absolutely not being chill. Some days you get sunshine, sometimes you get geopolitics, and today you get both plus pasta. In conclusion, January 4th, 2026 is the kind of day that makes historians develop migraines. Wars, protests, AI fridges, playoff chaos, spaghetti, tornadoes. It's like the universe shuffled all the news together and hit randomize. But here on Poorly Educated Today in the News, we break it down the only way we know how, with jokes, redneck wisdom, and the knowledge that no matter how wild the world gets, somebody somewhere is trying to fry something that absolutely should not be fried. Stay safe, stay entertained, and stay poorly educated.